Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Esther Sunday CG, and today I'm going to be giving you juicy gist. I'm going to be telling you about my Sisterlocks installation, why I decided to install Sisterlocks, how much it cost me, how many locks I have, and all those, sweet gist about Sisterlocks information and installation. So welcome. Yeah, so here's my story. I've been on loose natural hair for between 12 and 14 years, I think. And I've had it for such a long time. And if you check one of the videos on my channel, you see me washing my loose natural hair. You see the length, you see the density of it. It was actually a lot of hair. And I remember measuring it before I had my Sisterlocks installation done, and it was about 15-16 inches. At the front, and at the back I had between like 9 to 12 inches or so. And like you always have different length of hair on your head, and then you have different texture in certain places. For me, I have like really fine hair at the front side of my hair, and at the back is really thick, but overall I have like really dense hair. The density is actually high. So anyways, why did I get Sisterlocks installed or established? I thought I had a lot of years, having on loose natural hair, and I thought it was time for a change. It was time to try something else, and I'm like, okay, let's just do Sisterlocks. And also, like you would know, if you have like natural hair, it's a lot of work to like wash it, stretch it, straighten it, put it together in whatever style you want to go out with, and then you go out and the cold hits your hair and everything shrinks and it's like hard to comb and stuff like that. I know there are lots of like natural hair products that can help you do that, but like I said to you, I've been on loose natural hair for like 14 years or so, and I thought, look, it's time for a change. I've had enough of all of this. Let's go to something else. So I decided to get Sisterlocks installed. I have friends who've got micro locks, traditional locks and stuff like that, and I also spoke to them and said, how's it going, how you feeling? I remember asking them lots of questions, just to know if that's something I also want to try out. So I'm like, oh, why not? It's like, let's do Sisterlocks. So I decided to do some research. I went to the Sisterlocks website. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. There are loads and lots of YouTube videos, that can help you see the pros and the cons of Sisterlocks. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos, went on Instagram, followed people who had locks, just watching their journey and the transformation, and I saw that, oh, this is something I actually want to do. And so I started researching even more, reading blogs, checking out pages and Sisterlocks. Did a lot of research, and I'm like, okay, I think I want to do this thing. But between the time I started researching and when I knew I wanted to do Sisterlocks, and actually when I got it installed, was maybe like a year or maybe almost a year before I actually did the installation. So when you want to do Sisterlocks, just take your time and actually know what you're getting into before you actually do. And it's a really rewarding journey. I wouldn't even lie to you. Like, I'm only 3 weeks in and I love it already, guys. I actually love it. So after I did my research, the next thing was to find a Sisterlocks consultant in the UK that I can go to help me install my Sisterlocks. So I started looking for Sisterlocticians that are certified. There are people who are trainees that are not, certified, but they are learning from someone who is certified. But there are people who've actually gone for the training to install Sisterlocks for people, and they've been certified by the Sisterlocks institution. So I got one of them who's been doing it for like many years, and then I made some calls to other people as well who are certified Sisterlocticians to just see their availability and stuff like that. So eventually I was able to book a consultation with one of them. And so I went. Usually consultations like an hour to an hour 30 minutes. So they will sit down with you, you ask them questions. In fact, before I went on my consultation, I actually watched a lot of YouTube videos noted down some questions that I wanted to ask, you know, the consultant. So, and they'll also ask you questions. And when you go for such kind of consultations, it's just a time for you to really ask all the questions that you want to ask, because that's why you're paying for consultation, isn't it? You ask all the questions that you want to ask, they can ask you questions, and more importantly, what you want to look out for is like the vibe between you and the person, because you're going to spending such a long time with them. You actually want to, you know, be with the right person. Installation takes a long time. You don't want to be doing it with the wrong person. So check out the energy between yourself and the person and see if it's right. But what they want from you is just to check, you know, the density of your hair. For like, from my experience, that's what the consultant did. She just checked the density of my hair, measured the length of my hair, just know the texture as well, to see whether, you know, is it really fine hair, is it thick, you know, what can we achieve with it. And so she measured my hair as well. It was within the inches that I said earlier on. And she looked at the density. She's like, oh, your hair is really going to be good for Sisterlocks. You know, we spoke through it. Why do you want to do Sisterlocks and stuff like that? And then we had a really nice chat. And we also talked about the price. I'll tell you in a bit. So we had that consultation and I went back. And usually when you're going for consultation, you don't blow dry your hair. You just wash your hair and you leave it in the natural state, because they need it to be as natural as it can get, right? Or as it is. So you don't blow dry it. They need to say. And what also helps your hair lock is when it's in its natural state, because it's coarse and it's maybe a bit dry, it can quickly, you know, tangle up by itself, right? So usually they tell you not to blow dry your hair before you go for a consultation. Anyways, I went for my consultation and then we booked some days in for me to come and get my establishment done. I had to take some leave days off of work to get the installation done. So fast forward to installation day, I went there. Guys, this is like the juicy part of the gist. So what I actually did was to book an Airbnb, because I couldn't get like hotels around, you know, the place. I booked an Airbnb where basically all I do every night is to go back there, sleep, wake up in the morning and leave. Sleep, wake up in the morning and leave. So about my installation took 5 days and 68 hours. I'll tell you how that happened. So day one was basically like patting the hair. So what they do is to ensure that, you know, they pat the hair and do it in a way where your grids can show after they finish, you know, making the hair. So we spent a lot of time like patting the hair, getting the grids right, the lines right and stuff like that. And so we started at 10 the first day and finished at about 12 o'clock. Then the second day we started at 9 o'clock and finished at 12 again. The third day we started at 9, finished at 12 or 1 o'clock. Then the fourth day we started at 8 o'clock and then we didn't finish until about 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. No, 6 a.m. the following day. That's 22 hours. So every day we'll walk, apart from the last day where we spent 22 hours, we'd walk between 12 to 16 hours every day. So altogether 68 hours and 5 days, and then my Sisterlocks was given birth to. So how many locks do I have? Currently I have about 769 locks on my hair. Can you see? 769 locks. This is how, like, let me see if I can show you how tiny. Can you see how tiny that is? Can you see? Yeah, really tiny. So I have 769 locks. It's been a really rewarding journey, to be honest, and I've really enjoyed just waking up in the morning and running my hands through my hair like that and just packing it and going wherever it is I want to go to. Look at, this is the back. If you can see, it's already it's already locking from the back, right? You can see like the, let me see, you can see the coils from the back. You can see, yeah, don't know if you can say, oh yeah, see the coils from the back. And that's why I have like my really thick hair. But in front, if you check the front, can you see the one at the front? You see that you can see some like almost straight hair. Meanwhile, if you check the one at the back, you can see that they're coiling up really nicely. Like they're coiling up really nicely. So that's because of the different textures I have in different part of my hair. But it's really locking up. Can you see? It's really locking up, and I love it. Like, guys, I love it. This hair, I just wake up in the morning and I do that, and I go to wherever it is I am going to. No stress at all. And what do I also use to take care of it? There's this rose water. Let's see if you can see it. So I use this Kate rose water, and I put it into a mist bottle, and I just pump. Can you see? It's even long press. Like, you can press it and it still goes for a while. Like, just press it. That's what I do. Just put it over, and then I'm ready for the day. You see? That's how I just take care of the hair. So I can't use oils or conditioners or anything like that. I haven't had my first wash because I did my 2 weeks consultation yesterday. Like, after 2 weeks, my Sisterloctician told me to come back so she can check the integrity of the locks to see if they are doing what they're supposed to do, and basically it's doing what it's supposed to do. And in the past like 3 weeks, my hair has really like shrunken, because when they did it initially, it was like all the ends were almost like this, but now you can see some of them that are coiling up already. They look different, right? And different parts are locking more than the other parts. So yeah, that's about getting Sisterlocks installed. How much did it cost me? This one I paid £900 to get this installed, but if I check like my total cost, including like my train ticket and my accommodation, Airbnb accommodation, because the place is quite far from where I stay. It's about 2 hours journey, and I didn't think I wanted to be doing that, you know, 2 hours to go there and 2 hours to come back every day. So I decided to get an Airbnb apartment close to, it's about 10-15 minutes away from my Sisterloctician's place. So every night when we finish, thankfully she just has a really kind heart. She just drops me back at my Airbnb place in the night when we finish, and in the morning I just take an Uber to her house. And so I paid about £200 for 3 nighs in the Airbnb apartments that I stayed. So if you add that and then all the like other costs, it will be between £1,300 or £1,500 for everything. So basically what I do is that in the morning when I leave the house, I just buy my breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sometimes I just order lunch while, you know, we're doing the hair, and we take maybe like the first day we had 1 hour break, the second day we had 30 minutes break, the next day we had maybe 15 minutes break, and the other day was 15, because like we needed all the time we could get to do the hair. So guys, like, I sat down and my butts were paining me. You need a lot of patience for Sisterlocks installation. Like, you need a lot of patience. And for the sizes that I also got, like, they're really tiny. And then according to like the Sisterloctician as well, the density of my hair and the length of my hair contributed to us spending, you know, 5 days and 60 hours. And for people who would have like less number of locks and maybe not really dense hair, like if your hair is not really full, you wouldn't have to spend, you know, those number of days. So depending on the number of locks you're getting and the type of hair and the length of hair that you have, that will also determine the number of days that you spend doing it. and also the cost. Yeah, so I think the cost starts from like £400 for 4 inches of hair or so. So for every additional inch of hair that you have to pay more, and that's why I had to pay upwards of, you know, £900 for my hair. So that's what goes into the cost. Well, going forward, the next thing I have to do is to start going for my reties, and that will be in 4 weeks, because I had my 2 weeks review yesterday, and so in 4 weeks we'll make it 6 weeks, and I'll be due for a retie. So I'll go for my retie in 6 weeks, and another 6 weeks, and another 6 weeks, going forward. So basically, this hair, the other name for Sisterlocks is freedom. Seriously, freedom, like wake up and go, right? Even when I want to go to bed in the night, all I just do is that, and I put everything into my satin bonnet, and I just go to bed. When I wake up in the morning and I run my hair, my hand, you know, all over my hair, just to ensure that the locks are not tangling at the root or joining together. My day. That's the only thing I do right now to maintain it. I can use hair conditioners now. I also can't use any sort of treatment or oil. All I just need to do is put water to ensure that it's not dry, and I use rose water. You can also use ordinary water. People use ordinary water as well. Okay, so thank you for watching. That's all I have today on my Sisterlocks installation. If you have yours installed, please let me know. Are there tips that I've missed out? Also, please include it in the comment section. Have you been taking care of your new Sisterlocks hair? If you've been on the journey for a while, please tell me, how was your starting stage like? What did you do? What do you need to do? What lessons do you have to share? I will be happy to read it, and I'm sure other people will be happy to read it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to share this video with your friends and family. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.